So this is a game, just to say something we've said forever here, and then we'll get on with it. And that is that this is a game that is not won by high IQs. This is unlike Wall Street, which seems to require the smartest people.
That, it's just such a weird thought.
I know it is won by people who are relentlessly careful about buying things they don't understand. Right? They just stay away from stuff they don't understand and are enormously patient to wait through sometimes years before a company they do understand goes on sale with just the normal fluctuations of the market that are inevitable in a free market. And this is something Ben Graham thought up, in the 1930s and was very successful with it for 25 years. And then he retired, taught Warren Buffett, and Buffett has been successful with it for the last 50, 60 years. And we're successful with it. So it's something you can do. Thank God it doesn't require super intelligence. It just requires the will to be patient and the will to learn from the best, I think, is really what it requires. What do you think? Is that fairly accurate?
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I think it also requires the will to be rigorous in sticking to your process.
Right.
And that is something that is very, very hard for every single one of us. As humans, we are not very good at that. And it's, I don't know, that's to me as I've grown in my investing, as I've learned more and more, that is what I keep coming back to. Refine the process, make the process better, and then actually do it. Those are the two important steps. I'm pretty good at refining the process. I'm less good at carrying it out. And I think that's true for most of us.
Well, it is the fundamental reason that Ben Graham said that one of the few things you really must do when you're doing this kind of investing is you must insist on a margin of safety between the value you think the company has and the price you're paying for it, for precisely what you're saying. We're human. And, that's just the human
it's the human condition
to miss a few things, right?
Yeah.
It's entirely possible. And so if you miss a few things, and maybe you miss a few major things, and this thing isn't on sale, at least you've bought it with very little downside, right? Like Manesh Prabrai says, you want to buy something where you have potentially a lot of upside, who knows, but very little downside. You watch the downside. That keep your eye on the downside. That don't worry about how much you think you're going to make. Be focused completely on not losing something.
Yeah, agree.
That's the key.
Agree.
And that's
and it's
hard. For
it's hard, especially
it's hard
I think
everybody.
in our environment now of so much information. I mean, we've gone from the entire history of markets when people had severe information deficits and often lost because of that. They just didn't know what was going on inside of a company. And now, I mean, that still exists to some extent. We don't always know exactly what's going on inside of a company, but we have so much information compared to what people used to have.
Right.
And not just information about a company, but then there's also all the chatter, all the talk on all the different social medias online. I mean, I've been following stuff on Reddit for a while, but there was just an article in the Wall Street Journal about TikTok and Discord and Reddit and all the places where people talk about stocks that they're buying and get a feeding frenzy going of oh, I'm buying Tesla. Are you buying Tesla? Yeah, I'm buying Tesla too. And next thing you know, Tesla's stock price goes up and they go, hey, that guy was right about Tesla. I better buy Tesla too. And next thing you know, Tesla is in the S&P 500 and changing the way people think about car companies. Yeah. And it's just nuts / amazing / can't last forever / maybe it will. I don't know. I just find the whole thing to be, I was thinking today when we first started talking about investing and you said something all I want is for to normal people, typical people, non-professionals, all of us, right? to be able to do well with their investments, to be able to create a retirement and have a nest egg and know that you can do that for yourself. And I was just thinking today, like, this might be like your wish come true, but gone insane, like writ large, because there are so many people now who are buying and selling stocks, who are doing it for the fun of it and the day trading of it and the ride, and it's changing the market. It really is. We maybe not we, actually, we are more of the long-termers, but in a general sense, we, the non-professionals, are changing the market. So in a way, it's happened.
Well, for 20 years, I've been very, very publicly saying that the internet, which of course today is, old news, right? But in 2020, the internet was just really starting to be a viable...
Wait, in 2020? No.
I'm sorry. in 2000, the year 2000, right?
Okay.
So the year 2000. So I was actually working in Silicon Valley on a project with Steve Jobs' Next Computer that we've talked about in the past. That was 1988 to 1990-ish. And the internet was just starting. My team was trying to get me to communicate over this thing called email, where you had to type in this long string of characters, and if you missed one, it just sat there and looked at you. You have no idea why nothing was happening. And then, of course, along came Netscape and started to provide an interface for the internet. And that was the early 1990s. And then, of course, Microsoft came up with their interface, and then Apple came up with its interface.
I remember our boxy little Mac computer, and then I remember when you got... I guess it was a modem at the time. You brought home this modem, and it made the ding, 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 like that, like horrible screeching noise with the dots. And
trying to
it was
connect to the
so
internet.
weird and so exciting. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was just so amazing. And so, by the year 2000, things had really developed. And I started talking about the internet then. And in a way, I feel like I may have contributed a little bit to this craziness on Robinhood or something?
Robinhood's an app, yeah.
I mean, my God, that place is crazy with people trading. But what I said basically was this, and it's true, and that is that 500 years ago, people were liberated by the invention of the printing press, and it created a tool for learning and things that you otherwise were not privy to. You couldn't get the information, and that ability to read was jealously protected by the aristocracy and the Brahmins of the time, and they fought against the delivery of this skill set because they feared that the people would perhaps rebel, and that's exactly what happened. And over 100, 200 years, democracy started to happen because people could be informed. And today, the internet has created the same kind of literacy possibility in the financial world. It's done obviously a lot of other things as well, but in the financial world, it makes financial literacy possible for the little guy. You can get information for no cost, endless amounts of it on any company out there.
Faster and faster and better and better. I was going to say every year, but every month it seems like there's something new that's a cool tool.
Yep. And in a kind of way, of course, it a bit creates a monster, right? I mean, there's so many people who, as you say, are buying companies because they're going to go up. This is the most famous method that the vast majority of fund managers implement to decide what to buy. And that is they look at what's going up and buy that.
But these are people like me. These are people, and they're like, 14-year-olds, and they're like 69-year-olds who are like, what's going up? Yes, fund managers, but non-professionals as well.
Oh, 100% for sure. I mean, more and more people are managing at least some of their own money. And doing it like they're friends, you know? And
Yeah.
this is what happens. It
It's
happened
not
in real estate.
unusual anymore. Like
No.
it's actually kind of unusual not to be doing it, I would say.
You guys, if you enjoyed this video and you feel it was valuable in teaching you more about how to invest, hit the like button and please share the video with your friends. And if you want more investing content, subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the button on the screen. We got a free gift for you. Thanks again for watching.